Hey everyone, this is Dan Charles with Lite Forex. It is the weekend, Saturday, April 25th. I'm going to break down the major Forex pairs, starting with the Australian USD. Please hit the subscribe button to get more of these videos. Hit the like button if you like my accuracy week to week, and go to the link in the description below this video. All right, let's get to it. So, Australian USD, it's setting up to continue the upside. Now we are hitting 6,400 resistance, so that needs to be noted. Now the last day I made a video, I talked about this support here, and I was leaning more bullish. So that was on Wednesday, and we have gotten more bullish. But yeah, we need to bust through that 6,400 resistance. 240 minute. You can see it's trending nicely. Looks like it should go up. You can see support at 63.38 on the 240, but it's trending up nicely. Let's see if this can continue the breakout and bust through these most recent highs. 64.45 made on April 14th. It looks like it should break out to that level and higher. Let's take a look at the futures contract. Futures contract last day, I looked at this, or made a video I should say. Support at 6,300, looked like it should break out. And there you see that wall at 64, pulling back slightly, but I still think this has a shot to continue the uptrend. Now, if you look at the weekly chart, I see this could break out, but it will be ready to pull back soon because we are getting far from the moving average. Here's the moving average, here's price. So that has to be noted. When you get far from the moving average, you're going to have to rebound back to the moving average. It's the way it always is. So that has to be noted. Let's take a look at the Euro USD. Okay, so the Euro USD, I was bearish last time we made a video. It did drop. Big rebound though last day. Came down and rebounded nicely above this 108 resistance. So this was support. We were holding 108. Busted through on the 23rd. Continued going lower on the 24th, but back through the 108 resistance. So I'm definitely leaning on more upside now on the euro. But it was pretty choppy, and now it's getting back into that choppy range again. That 108 to 109 range. Let's take a look at the 60-minute. You can see on the 60 we got good support at 107.84. That same price was hit, and then we're breaking out, but it needs to break out above this 108. Let's just say 108.30 price, because you can see it is hitting some resistance on that price. And the first step to a trend reversal, a trend change, you have to take out these recent lower highs. We're on a downtrend. These are lower highs, lower lows, lower lows. And now we're trying to turn around, finding support at higher levels. And we need to bust through that 108.30 price to really confirm this this trend change. It looks like it should do that. Let's take a look at the Euro futures contract. Okay, well, the Euro futures contract looks quite a bit different. The 60 and the 40 look the same, but the daily chart does not. So that's interesting to note. It still looks quite bearish on the weekly and of course the monthly chart. Interesting. Well, that's why we look at the pair and the future. So, okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so this is not accurate. All right, that's the problem. Yeah, so it's showing we're closing at 108,380, and on this chart, it's showing a different number. Okay, so let's, I'm still going to maintain being bullish. 108 is going to be important support. Let's see if this can bounce the euro. Okay, pound USD, pound USD. Pound USD, now the last day I looked at this, we had this big breakdown on the 21st. And on the 21st, 22nd, it was still looking like we could get more downside. We rallied, we came up to the moving average, pulled back, and we're staying above this very important 1.23 price. But it's been very, very rangy. You can just look here on the 240 minute, and you can see we need to break out of this sideways range. And that's 2,300, and the upside is like 2,365. So it does look more like it should break to the upside going forward, but we're very, very choppy. Let's see if it can bust through. I'd like to see this just break through 2,400 would be the price. So 2,400 right here. Yeah, let's see if it can bust through 24, and then we'll reevaluate this one. Waiting for setups, you have to be patient. You don't want to enter too early. You want to make sure the setup is setting up, the right setup. You want to wait, be patient, be disciplined. That's what trading's all about, being disciplined, waiting for the right setup. So when you're sideways, you're going to stay out. You're just going to wait for the setup to happen. So here's the pound futures. So we're holding this support at 2,300. Yeah, I'd like to see this just break above 24 and then reevaluate it. Needs to obviously continue holding that 2,300 support, and we'll go from there. But let's take a look at the 240. It's obviously going to look pretty much the same as the pair. You can just see here we're sideways. We've got to wait for it to break out. All right, let's take a look now at the New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar, very choppy as well. You can just see here the last, say, 7 sessions were very, very sideways. And when we're sideways, we got to wait to we got to wait for that breakout. Now, it definitely looks more bullish than anything. Now, the last day we looked at this, it was looking more bearish. So I looked at this on the 22nd, or at least I made a video on the 22nd, and it was looking like more downside. And it did drop lower, but then turned around on the Thursday, and now this is really setting up. It's above this very important support slash resistance. It broke above the resistance at 0.6 thousand, and it does look like there's more upside. We look at the 240. It is rangy as well, but it does look more like it wants to go higher. But it's another wait and see. We are choppy, so let's wait and see how this plays out. I'd like to see this bust through. Realistically, 6,100 would be the price, but we can look at initial breakouts of 60.5. See if it can break that price. The futures, let's see what the futures are saying. Well, the futures are saying sideways. Now, one thing to note is the double exponential. This is the black thick line, the DEMA. I like the DEMA. There's a lot of different moving averages. I've just always used the DEMA, and you can use it for a lot of things. One, when price is far, when there's distance from the moving average, it's always going to want to come back to that DEMA. But also, you have to note when the DEMA is jaggedy like this, it means we're sideways, we're choppy. We got to wait for it to break one way or the other way, and then we get in our trades, because it could go like this for a while. If you look in the past, you can see the DEMA is moving nicely. It's moving nice and free, flowing, and right now you can see it's jagged. It's jaggedy. That means we're choppy. That means we're waiting. We're staying out. So let's wait for the setup to happen. USDCAD. USDCAD is pretty choppy as well. You can see it was really choppy in here, late March, early April, and then it broke down, and then it rebounded, pulled back, and it's definitely looking more bullish the last time I made a video. But I talked about this resistance at 1.42. We hit that wall 2 days in a row, so it did pull back, and it's putting in higher lows. We're above 1.40 support, but I have to call this choppy as well. It's just going sideways. I want it to bust through 42 if I'm bullish. If I want to see this drop and I'm bearish, I want it to break down through 1.40. So it's another wait and see, and that happens. The Forex pairs most of them are just choppy right now. They're sideways. They're rangy, whatever you want to call it. So here's the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar is down, it's up, it's down, it's choppy. So yeah, this is a wait and see. Right now we are below that important 0.71 price. So yeah, I want to see this break above 71.5. That would be the price I'd want to see this bust through. The upside, and to the downside, 70.5. So that would be how I would be playing the Canadian dollar. Yeah, last time we made that video, I drew in this downtrend, and here it is breaking up to the upside, but just we're in that range. Just like we were in that range here, it finally broke above it, pulled back, broke up, and now we're back in that range again. So let's see if it can break above either one of these price levels, 71.5 or 70.5, and we will reevaluate. USD yen, it's another one. It's definitely looking like it could go to the downside more than anything. The weekly chart showing that. Even the monthly chart is setting up for more downside. All the time frames. But look how sideways we are. We're just going sideways. We're in between 108 and 107. So even though it looks more like it's trending to the downside, we have to wait for it to bust through 108 or bust below 107. So it's another wait and see. Let's take a look at the yen futures. It's going to be, of course, sideways, but the opposite. So this is sideways, but the opposite. It does look like it could break to the upside, but it's a wait and see as well. So today in the markets, we are rangy. We're sideways. So let's wait for some of these to break out, and I'll make the video early next week, and we'll see how they did. For the time being, please subscribe to the channel. Go to Lite Forex in the description below this video, and have yourself a safe weekend. Thank you for watching.